Hello and welcome to the Rebuilding Futures podcast. I'm your co-host Kenneth Young. Your co-host Chris Shankles is in the building, and this is a special, as we say, a special one-off. Chris has a story to tell, and we're gonna record it and let the podcast roll. Shank,
What's happening?
what's up?
Not much, man. First off, y'all know me. I am Christopher Shankle, co-host of the Rebuilding Futures podcast. And I got a story to tell. Last night I received a phone call from a friend of mine, and she said, I heard your podcast. Proud of you. I'm like, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I said, we need all your support you can get. And I talked for a few minutes with her, and then she said, but Chris, I got a question. And I said, yes. She said, you know what happened to me? And I told her yes. And she said, he will have a mandatory release date in 2 months. I said, okay. She said, my question to you is, if he contacts you guys, if he needs to get a job, or he asked for you guys' assistance, she said, you're going to help him, aren't you? And I told her, yes. She said, why, if you knew what he did? This particular young lady has a son that is incarcerated. So I said, you love your son? She said, more than anything. I said, okay. I said, when he comes home, she said, I know where you're going with this. I said, okay. She said, my son did not violate anybody. I said, right. But your son sold drugs. She said, yes. She said, but anybody that took those drugs, they did it voluntarily. I understood. I said, right. I said, but here's the deal. When he comes home, when your son comes home, I'm going to help him too. And she said, yeah, but it's different. I said, no. I said, what is different is you have not allowed your heart to forgive the person who has wronged you. That person had to spend a certain amount of time incarcerated. That person had to see and feel the emotions that they done to you more times than you ever can imagine. Because when you're alone, that's when you feel the most pain. That's why a lot of people don't want to be alone. That's why a lot of people use drugs or alcohol to escape their reality. When you're incarcerated, you have to face your demons. You have nowhere to go. When you're alone, you have no one to blame it on. You have nothing but the fact of you have to take ownership to what you have made, to the mistake you've made. So yes, I am going to help anyone because I think that everyone deserves a second chance. Now, to the people that do know me, truly know me, I fix things. I fix cars, I fix houses, I fix your problems. Now I'm in the business of fixing lives. I got a toolbox just for that. And if I can't, I can touch someone that can assist me into repairing someone's life. We don't know why people make mistakes. We just know we all make mistakes. Every one of us that's listening to this podcast, every one of us that has been a victim, we understand. We're apologizing ahead of time for the pain that someone has caused you in any way possible. But we need your support in every way. We need you to forgive. We need you to support us. We need you to have an understanding that everyone needs a second chance because you may know someone, you may be that person, or you may want to turn someone on to us that you think needs that second chance. And that's what we're doing. We're rebuilding lives over here. We're trying to make someone else in this world not go through the same pain or the struggles that we've went through. We're trying to stop that one child or that one kid or that one young man or that one man from making a mistake that will forever change his life. We're trying to stop that. We're trying to be the preventive maintenance, if you want to call it, to mistakes. We, as Kenneth said earlier, we've already went through all the potholes, and we know that there are some potholes out there that will really destroy you. We're trying to give you the bridges over those potholes. We're trying to share our potholes with you so you know that one's real deep. But if I listen to these guys, I got a bridge that'll go right over that thing and I won't even feel it because they've already experienced it. They've already felt that. So I'm saying to you, we got you. We got you. We feel you. We understand you. But we have to do what we are called to do. And this is just happening what it is at the moment. I told you I had a story to tell.
So, hearing that, Chris, I got a good question for you, or I think it's a good question for you. Being someone, so the young lady called and she said that somebody's about to get out that did something to her that to her is probably unforgivable. But her son is about to get out, and her son did something that she says was forgivable because anyone who took the drugs that he sold did it voluntarily, right?
Correct.
But let's say, it's hypothetically speaking, let's say someone who took the drugs, went on a bender, ran in the house, and killed somebody else, okay?
Correct.
Because they were high on the drugs that he sold.
I understand you, following you completely.
So the person whose family was affected is going to blame the person who killed their family member, the person who sold them the drugs. They're going to hold everyone accountable, right?
Correct.
So as people who can be a victim to something, okay, we kind of want to hold accountability, and like you say, we try to forgive, but a lot of us won't forgive someone who has wronged us. But at the same time, we find ways to forgive everyone that we loved that has wronged someone else. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Wronged someone else that I know this from personal experience, where you and I both know we have family members. We have a cousin who, someone who's about to get out of jail, murdered 2 members of their family.
Correct.
For us, him getting out of jail is horrendous, right? It is. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to even know that something like that is possible. But we also have our family members who may not have committed murder, but wronged someone else, and we find forgiveness, right?
Right.
And we want the family members of those people that they wrong, when they are ready to show up to the court and say he should not get parole, we on the other side fighting for their parole, right?
That's correct.
So we all have to practice forgiveness. And I was listening to what you were saying. I mean, she doesn't want to practice forgiveness because what happened to her, and we're not by any means knocking what happened to her. What happened to her in her head and in our example is horrendous. But what we're saying is everyone deserves second chances. And we're here to help them rebuild the second chances. So from your perspective, if I had a question for you, if you don't mind me giving you a question, from your perspective, how can we help someone who has been through something like that, like her, where she's not seeing a way to forgiveness. She's not seeing a way to get to a place of peace. Is there anything you think we could say? Is there anything you could say to someone like that to help her find her way to peace?
It is, Ken. It is. I share with everyone that I went to Lake Highlands High School. When I was at Lake Highlands High School, ironically enough, I was part of a program called a Peer Helpers Program. I don't even know if that even exists anymore. But it was where students could come to other students and share things, and they believed that the student that they were sharing it with had the ability to assist them in whatever problem it was. And the only thing we were not qualified to do is things of suicide, rape, drug abuse, things of that nature. We would have to give a 1-800 number for that. Same thing applies here. What we're looking for is support from every angle. We're trying to build this up that we are looking for support for victims as well. Counseling, spiritual support, anything that is given is greatly appreciated, because we're going to do the best that we can on our end to get these people entering into society. We're getting them as much help as we can in every way. And what we would love to have is forgiving hearts on the other end. Understanding that whatever was done to anyone, we're not taking that away from you. Your experience, whatever it may have been, is very impactful to your life. And we understand that. But what we're looking for is that person has paid whatever debt to society. We're hoping that you have found in your hearts that you can forgive the person. If you can't, I'm sorry. But we will help you as well. We will find a program. We will find assistance for counseling. We will do whatever it takes to get you back on track, where you feel like you're complete. You're not carrying all of that with you every day. Because to make you a better person and to make them a better person, it reflects on everyone from both sides. So what I'm saying is this particular episode was more so of, we're going to do what we're going to do for everyone. We're not biased in any way. If you come to us for help, we're going to help you. We're going to give you all that we have to offer. We're going to put all the tools in our toolbox to work. That's what we're going to do. But ahead of time, we want to thank everyone out there for support. If you can help us and you're a counselor, or you're a minister, or you just somebody that wants to help us help someone else, please contact us. Ken has a number. Ken has the information. Thank you.